In this video, we will explore in detail the costs that, if not well managed, can lead to poverty throughout your life. Take advantage of these 12 valuable tips offered by Robert Kiyosaki and watch the video until the end. Let's go. The key to financial success lies in focusing on creating multiple sources of income, diversifying your earnings. We are not talking about a single source, but various forms of income. By educating ourselves financially, developing an entrepreneurial mindset, and generating business ideas, it is crucial to pay attention to expenses and the destination of our money from the beginning. Often, our financial mindset is shaped by our past and the experiences we have gone through. In 99% of cases, our financial journey begins with a job and the reliance on a fixed salary. However, if we are financially savvy enough, that job and salary, which may seem like a curse to many when properly managed, can transform into capital. This capital can be used as a seed to start earning profits, conducting business, and making investments that generate more wealth. The ideas we will share in this video to reduce expenses can be the starting point for a world full of endless opportunities for you. All you need to do is learn to manage your money effectively. These are just some suggestions, but you should adapt them to your own reality and complement them with your own ideas, making them even more powerful and suitable for your personal context. Many people make the mistake of shopping because of promotions, mistakenly thinking they are saving money. In reality, during a promotion, money merely changes hands and ownership. Being rich or poor depends on the direction money takes. If most of the time money is flowing into your account, then you are definitely on the path to financial freedom. There is a very popular saying among poor people that goes like this: if you never go into debt, you will never achieve anything. We are certain that few phrases generate as much poverty and economic enslavement as this one. The reason this phrase is so harmful is as follows. When buying on credit, you pay compound interest. This compound interest enriches those who receive it and impoverishes those who pay it. Compound interest for the payer represents 2 or 3 times the original price of the purchase, while for the receiver, it represents a benefit 2 or 3 times the original selling price. Who pays and who collects compound interest determines who becomes poorer and who becomes richer. Buying electronic devices that will not be used is another common mistake. These devices are designed to make our lives easier and better, but a person who does not know how to manage their money may end up buying an unnecessary electronic device that will probably just gather dust at home. Similarly, buying products just because of the brand is discouraged. Many brands do not add value or quality to your life. They simply multiply the price for being considered fashionable. Instead, buy what you really need, what is useful, or what provides comfort, avoiding purchases just because of the brand. Spending money on cigarettes not only harms health, but also negatively impacts finances. Besides the health damage, smoking is expensive. Just do a calculation with your country's currency. The monthly, annual, and over several decades cost reveals the significant impact of this habit on personal finances. Strolling through malls can be a common pastime for many people, especially on payday. However, this can result in wasting time that could be better spent on reading, education, training, and personal and professional growth. Additionally, visiting the mall can lead to impulsive and credit purchases, further compromising your financial situation. Avoiding impulsive purchases is essential. Buying something without thinking can lead to unnecessary spending and harm your finances in the long run. Therefore, it is important to resist the temptation of impulsive buying and make financially conscious decisions. In summary, by adopting a conscious approach to spending and money, you will be on the path to building a solid financial future and avoiding traps that can lead to poverty. Impulsive purchases refer to acquiring something unnecessary, often just to experience the satisfaction of having something new. It is possible to feel important through these impulse purchases. The disparity between the rich and the poor is evident, as the rich accumulate more wealth by selling, while the poor, by excessively buying, end up getting poorer. The example of having a large television illustrates this difference. In a low-income person's home, it is common to find a large television relative to their income level. On the other hand, in a wealthy person's home, you may find a significantly larger library proportional to their income. Television often becomes the main educational medium for the poor and middle class, who are exposed to soap operas, reality shows, football, beauty contests, and advertisements, later questioning why they earn so little. Buying smartphones on credit is another practice that can compromise finances. Although these devices offer numerous applications and tools, many people end up using them only for messaging on WhatsApp, social media, and taking photos. Seeing someone with a minimum wage salary in debt for buying a smartphone more expensive than they can afford is a painful situation. Attending nightclubs can be expensive, especially considering that alcohol is often pricier than food. While having fun is important, lack of control during nights out can hinder achieving financial dreams. Buying a new car is considered a luxury unless it's used to generate income. New cars quickly lose their value, depreciating about 25% as soon as they leave the dealership and approximately 45% within the first 3 months. Dining out is discouraged, particularly for the indebted middle class, who often spend large amounts on meals outside the home. This habit can pose a significant barrier to long-term wealth building. While the wealthy incur debt to acquire income-generating assets, the middle class tends to go into debt to acquire liabilities, maintaining a superficial appearance of wealth. On the other hand, the poor often go into debt to buy small items on sale, which contributes to a continuous cycle of debt and difficulty in accumulating wealth. The focus of your mind determines your financial outcomes. Smart and controlled spending is crucial for achieving wealth and financial prosperity. Focusing on financial growth while reducing unnecessary expenses and simultaneously increasing investment capacity is an effective strategy to start building wealth. Financial education is essential in this process, as discipline in spending allows one to seize investment opportunities. Having a solid emergency fund is fundamental, and it all starts with conscious and strategic reduction of daily expenses. Analyze each of the mentioned expenses and critically evaluate if they are truly necessary for your daily life. Ask yourself if these expenses are really worth it and if they are essential for your quality of life. Often, these expenses are maintained only to create an image of success or to please others without adding real value to your life. Reflecting on the necessity and importance of these expenses may reveal that many of them are actually superfluous and avoidable. Most of the mentioned expenses are entirely unnecessary and can be considered as small, frequent expenditures that, over time, cause significant damage to personal finances. A boat doesn't sink by breaking in half, but rather by a small hole where water slowly enters. Similarly, our finances can be harmed by small expenses that accumulate. Without a solid financial capacity to seize opportunities, financial education for investment is futile as money slips away through small holes in our budget. It's crucial to learn to control our expenses. I'm not suggesting focusing only on big expenses, but rather on controlling those mentioned and others that have gotten out of hand. Once you take control, direct all your energy and intelligence to increasing your earnings, capitalizing on your talents, and improving your financial intelligence. The goal is to automate your income, ensuring consistent gains. Focus all your energies on this project, but stay vigilant for those holes in your budget, as the money coming in might be slipping away on the other side. Control your expenses and focus on generating income to achieve your financial goals. Listen carefully to learn how to make money without initial investment. Throughout my life, I've earned hundreds of millions of dollars precisely because I didn't have money when I was young, which led me to learn how to generate capital. You need to find assets that are worth more than you invest. My first real estate deal was a one-bedroom, one-bathroom condo in Maui, fully financed by debt. I didn't put in any of my own money, and that was crucial. People who use their own money can delude themselves and limit their opportunities. Working for a company, consider how much of your money is actually invested in it. It's essential to invest in tangible assets like gold and silver, which are considered God's money and retain their value over time. Gold and silver have been stores of value since the creation of the earth and will continue to be even after the extinction of fiat currencies. Storing these precious metals is a challenge but essential for long-term wealth preservation. I've made many mistakes along the way. In 1973, I made my first real estate deal, an $18,000 deal, which was a success. However, I also had failures, like a deal with nylon and Velcro cards. We bought 100,000 cards in Korea and faced difficulties selling them, accumulating significant debt. This experience taught me the importance of carefully choosing businesses and ensuring there is demand for the product. Learning from mistakes and persisting is essential for achieving long-term financial success. So the fascinating thing about stupidity is that it, paradoxically, can make us smarter. When I started reflecting, we realized that the world was changing rapidly. At that time, I noticed that all the baby boomers were starting to get out of shape, and as a consequence, running started to become a growing trend. Previously, few people ran, but suddenly it seemed everyone was adopting this activity. One morning, while reading the newspaper, I found an interesting story. A runner in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, who, having nowhere to store his car key, left it on the front tire and went for a run. When he returned, the car was gone. The article's headline asked, "What does a runner do with his key?" Immediately, we realized there was a problem to be solved. I sketched the concept of the shoe pocket, an innovative idea for storing small things while running. This illustration, presented in a magazine, showed a young and beautiful model displaying the new shoe pocket. However, our company was on the verge of bankruptcy, but everything changed when a picture was published in Playboy, making our products like wallets and shoe pockets extremely popular. Our investors were pleased and sales soared. Suddenly, our business flourished, turning our risky situation into a success story. The next challenge was financing our inventory to meet global demand. I requested a $500,000 loan from my financial advisor, Stanley, who assured us he would solve our problem. Without formal documents, we relied only on a verbal agreement, which proved to be one of my biggest financial mistakes. This is known as the grain box, containing 500 small coins, whose value surpasses that of gold. For your generation, this might be the greatest investment opportunity. Although I don't gain anything from this, the truth is that central banks like the Fed print fake money to protect the banks, not the average citizen. In my opinion, this is a criminal operation. Therefore, I recommend investing in real assets, such as gold and silver, instead of relying on government money, which is highly corrupt. Nowadays, many people still follow the old mantra of going to school, but the reality is that traditional education doesn't teach about money. Jobs are disappearing due to artificial intelligence, 5G technology, and autonomous cars. So, why seek a job, work hard, and pay taxes that only increase? Global debt is rising, and the only way to pay it off is through taxes. We're told to avoid debt, but since Nixon unlinked the dollar from gold in 1971, money has become debt, and the rich know how to use it to their advantage. Donald Trump and I, for example, use debt as money. Others advise avoiding debt, But the truth is that the rich use it to become even richer, while the middle class and the poor are crushed by it. This is due to a lack of financial education and the lack of knowledge about long-term investments in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs. The key is to invest for the long term. Invest in what you love. I, for example, love businesses, real estate, gold, and silver. I invest in what I'm passionate about. Being an entrepreneur and investor is like a game to me, always searching for new opportunities. Our net worth is like the score in this game. Unfortunately, our schools don't teach about this. My message to everyone, especially millennials, is that everything is in your mind. Many millennials want a good job to pay rent and achieve their material dreams, but this is the path to financial failure. Most Americans are struggling financially because they think the wrong way. When I asked Kim if she would take a 2-day accounting course, I wanted to see if she could shift her mindset to focus on assets. It was the beginning of our investment journey. Like most people, I focused on increasing income. However, after acquiring some investment properties, I realized I should focus on acquiring income-generating assets. This shift was crucial for our financial success. When Kim and I met, we had nothing. It took us 10 years to achieve financial independence, thanks to our focus on assets. Most people work hard to pay bills and buy liabilities, thinking they are assets. I taught Kim the importance of assets, and today we are financially independent. Everyone can achieve this. It's just a matter of changing your mindset. For me, financial freedom began with a real estate course. We've always focused on assets, and this has allowed us to see a steady cash flow. That's why I say that only lazy people use their own money. As it's easy to say, I can't afford it, these people stay poor. Earning $1 million requires effort and creativity. I hope this content has been helpful. Share this knowledge and encourage others to focus on assets. Until next time.